Well, hello. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Just got dropped off at Grassy Ridge Road, I think it's called. I'll check that. And I'm hiking about 15 miles back into Damascus and back to the Dancing Bear Inn. Hoping to catch some NCAA women's college hoops tonight. I see their semifinals are this evening, and then tomorrow probably get a ride further up trail, hike back to this point right here and get picked up here, and then go back there and watch the men's Final Four, and then be on into the rest of Virginia. So it's cool out. I have to check the temps, but it feels like it's in the upper 40s. And they said there might be some snow flurries today, and it might turn to rain later. So I think maybe it's going to warm up a little bit. But so far, so good. And we'll show you what's going on when we get further along on the trail. See ya. So how's this for a nice start to the hike? I get to walk alongside this rushing little stream for a while. I gotta look up and see what this is when I get done today. I'll let you guys know. But very cool way to start. As you know, I like hiking along water, so there it is. And it looks like it should be another great trout fishing stream. But nobody's in there. 8 o'clock in the morning. There's a little cabin over there. With a car out front, back on the other side. I don't even know if that's the cabin. That actually looks like it might be a little outhouse in a parking spot there. And so maybe that car is a trout fisherman getting ready to come do a little fishing. We'll see. I'll come back and do a would you rather in a little bit. So this is where the Appalachian Trail and the Virginia Creeper Trail run together for a while, and I didn't realize the Virginia Creeper Trail is actually like a biking trail, a bit of a mountain biking trail. Apparently people come in. Elizabeth from Dancing Bear was telling me they get people staying at their place. They come in, rent bikes at a couple of the bike rental places in town, and the bike rental place will drive them up to the top of some mountain, and you basically ride your brakes all the way down the hill. There's not a lot of uphill pedaling as a part of that trip, so she said it's a little bit different than hiking on the trail, but this is part of that trail, and the AT uses it to get across that river that I was just showing you. As soon as shortly after I turned off the video last time, we turned away from that water. Now we're crossing over it down there. You can see the car through the woods over there, if they're fishing or biking or something. But yeah, this is a pretty cool bridge, pretty high. We're probably, I don't know, 75 feet up in the air over this water. But there it is, Virginia Creeper Trail. Okay, time for today's Would You Rather. I'm gonna go with the comic book or the comic strip theme that I was thinking about yesterday after that Peanuts podcast on things you should know. I'm going to give you 3 choices today, since in my head I had 3. I was bouncing around. So if you were going to get a gift of a compilation book of comic strips, so you're probably familiar with, all the big comic artists have had books out that have just long compilations of their work. Would you rather have The Far Side or Bloom County or Calvin and Hobbes? Think about that one, and let's see what people think of those 3 comic strips. And if you'd rather have a different one, put that in the comments, and we'll see what everybody liked reading. There's that river down there, that stream. we're up above it still on the creeper trail. So yeah, we'll check in a bit. So I am about 6 miles in, 9 miles to go today. Get back to the Dancing Bear. I'm gonna go do a little grocery shopping for day after tomorrow. So tomorrow, do another slack pack. I'm gonna get a ride up to the other side of Grayson Highlands and come back to where I got dropped off today. And then after that, on the road, heading north. Not sure where my next stop's gonna be. I gotta figure that out. So I'll go get some groceries at Food City. And it's been pretty quiet. I haven't seen, well, I saw a couple hikers, but not a lot. The crew that I was slack packing with out of Boots Off yesterday, everybody's zeroing today. So Rifle, Sassafras, Gadget, Jenny, Soap, I think they're all zeroing. And then Mountain Goat and her friend GPS are zeroing today. I think Mountain Goat's zeroing tomorrow. So GPS, her husband's kind of pick her up. I think they're going to hike the Creeper Trail and then they're heading home. GPS was just keeping Mountain Goat company for a week. So I'll be ahead of all those guys if they're all zeroing again tomorrow by a fair bit, probably 30 miles. But I'm sure they will catch me at some point and we'll reconnect along the trail. But it's kind of how this thing goes, ebbs and flows with the people you see. Although Bachelor is at Dancing Bear, so I'm seeing him again. Saw him on the second day, and I've seen him multiple times since. We haven't hiked together since the second day, but we keep bumping into each other at hostels, so it's good to see a familiar face. He's taking a zero today. I think he's getting on trail tomorrow. So that's it. We'll check in a little later. Back along another stream. I don't know which one this is. It's been turning left and right, and I've been all across the ridge, so I think this is a different one than I was at earlier, but it's really cool. Looks really good. I'm sure there's plenty of trout in there too, and my cousin Tommy would love doing some trout fishing here. He's a big trout fisherman. Loves to get out on Spring Creek up in State College. So yeah, weather's great so far. Cool. It was flurrying a little bit, but nothing big. And I'm listening to that Stuff You Should Know podcast, a segment about the Harlem Globetrotters. Pretty interesting story. I'm gonna have to download more of this podcast. I think I like it. Anyway, we'll check in later. So I just bumped into a hiker that I've seen now a couple days, Ricky Bobby. I think I mentioned him a couple days ago on a video. He recognized me before I recognized him. He took a zero yesterday. He's coming out of Damascus today. He's from Kentucky. He's moving. He got to Damascus in 26 days. And I noticed that he has a Sprint hat on, which is the same maker of the hat that I wear. His design is different than mine. I got the Sasquatch design. He has a turtle design. And he said his name's Ricky Bobby because he likes to go fast. But his wife bought him the turtle hat to remind him that he needs to go slow, that it's a marathon and not a race, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, had a little conversation with him, and I'm sure I will see him tomorrow when I head back up and slack pack past them again. And then I may, who knows, be on similar cadence with him once I get back up there in a couple days. So we'll see. It was just good seeing somebody else and having a quick conversation, and seeing somebody else with the Sprint's hat on. Haven't seen too many of them out here. See ya. Hello again. I got the name of the stream that's been kind of tracking along the White Top Laurel Creek. It is super cool. The trail was up above this thing for a long while, and then at the last road crossing, I guess 58, I was talking to somebody who was going the other direction that I had met before, Boos, and he just told me that coming out of Damascus, he blue blazed this trail along the river, and it was really super cool. So I made a call. I'm gonna do this trail along the river. It just went that way, but it's gonna come right back, and do a little bit, a couple miles on this before I get back to Damascus, and enjoy the water views that I'm gonna come up to here in a minute. It's right over there, and I know it comes right back to this trail. So a bunch of people have told me they've done this and they really enjoyed it, so I figure I'll give it a shot and see what it's all about. See ya. Tell you what, this river is really cool. A lot of rushing rapids. There's a little falls right there. I really am digging this. But it really is making me want to get out and do some fishing. I'm telling you. Seeing all these great spots, not having a rod with me, it's gonna drive me nuts. But I'll get to it when I get back. Hello. I am getting ready to roll into Damascus, I think. Just got a little cell phone coverage, and learned that there was an earthquake centered up in New York today. Felt all the way down in the Philly area, New Jersey, Connecticut. I haven't got any details yet. It sounded like it was 4 point something, so maybe not too strong. But hopefully no damage and everybody's okay. Thought I would do the would you rather. Hopefully you can hear me, the wind's blowing a little bit. Would you rather get a comic strip compilation book of the Far Side, Bloom County, or Calvin and Hobbes? I actually have books of all three of them somewhere. I don't know where. I haven't seen them in a while. So in the course of a few moves, they might have ended up disposed of, but I hope not. I'll tell you, the Far Side is a funny, weird, funny comic. I'm not sure why I even got a book about it. I did used to look at it a lot, but it's maybe one of the only comics that doesn't have any characters, like any recurring characters. So that definitely wouldn't be one of mine. I liked it, but didn't love it. Bloom County I loved for a while when I was in college. Really liked Opus, the Penguin. The rest of the crowd was kind of funny and interesting. But Calvin is my man. I love that kid. I love everything about him. Hopefully you can hear this. And he and Hobbes have a great little thing going. And yeah, the winds are really picking up. So that's the one I'm going with. Hopefully you can hear this. And if not, I'll edit it later and answer the question again. But the wind always kicks up when I want to try to do something with this. I hate the effing wind, but we already established that. Anyway, heading into town, and got to go do some grocery shopping. Maybe I'll show you a little mini resupply, although you've seen a few of those before. See ya. Back in downtown Damascus, I saved you the trip to the food city, which was not anything special, but I'm taking a walk down here to check out the outfitter in town. It's supposed to be a super good outfitter. Found out that this distillery is actually a distillery. It's not like a brew pub, so they don't have food. They just do tours and sell whiskey, which I'm not in the mood for. So this is it right here. I guess this used to be it. Oh, here it is right here. It's more like a store, ABC store, tasting room. Go in and have a little snort of whiskey, see what's going on, but we'll check out this check out this outfitter, let you know what I think. Here's the Damascus Outfitter. We will go inside and see what it's all about. All done with the outfitter. It was like an outfitter, nothing spectacular. I was trying to see if they maybe had some better glove liners in there. They had some good ones, but none in extra large. It looks like all the extra large gloves were gone, except some like rain pair for $80, which I wasn't about to buy. Plenty of mediums and extra smalls if I wanted those, but I guess the small-handed people weren't out buying gloves this winter. Anyway, heading back to the hostel now. I think Bachelor, who is here, who I met day 2 on trail, I think he and I are going to head over to Wicked Chicken a little before 6 o'clock and catch the first women's NCAA hoop game. Wicked Chicken closes at 9, and the second game doesn't start till 9, so I'll have to watch Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes tonight back at the hostel. So see you guys tomorrow.